gets better. Say that it gets better. O-P-S, I'm O-P-S, I'm gay-ish.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish.
The podcast that bridges the gap between sexuality and my butt.
Wait, what? That's my line, you asshole.
I don't think your line is sexuality and your butt. There's a different bridge going on here.
Boy, it's not these days at all. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz.
And we're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality.
My butt.
Actuality.
My butt.
Actuality.
My butt. Before we jump into anything, I want to give a shout out to two of our Patreons. So thank you to Matthias, Ladwig, and Natalie.
I'm glad we make you make the name sounds because you're bad at it.
What? That was how I did perfect there.
I'm sure.
I'm brilliant and perfect per usual. Also, I like just like Natalie. Like I like just Natalie.
Well, Matthias and Natalie, let us know if we fucked up your name. And thank you for your money.
Please don't let us know. I don't. Yes. Okay. Mike.
Today we're going to talk about friendship.
Yeah.
Or friends?
Or friendship or friends.
Friendship?
Gay friends.
Friends.
Being gay and friends.
Friends.
Friends. Gay friends.
Ship.
Ship of riding in a ship of gay friends like they did on the Mayflower.
But first. I do have news, of course.
You say that's so sad. Is this sad news?
No, I mean, it makes me happy that it turned into a thing. I was listening to some old episodes here just while I was driving.
Why?
Because I work now and I have a commute and I need things to do and I'm a narcissist. So, but news wasn't a thing until like, I don't know, 40 episodes in.
Yeah.
And it kind of like we would say things at the top of the show like this, but not like now it's become a thing.
Yeah. They say that you really hit your stride in podcasting after episode 43. That's what everyone says. 43 is the number.
Yeah.
From then on, you know what you're doing.
Totes my goats.
Totes my podcast.
So first up in news, we really have to talk about Chris Pratt.
Okay. Oh,
you know what's
vaguely. Nah, not really. He goes to a church that used to hate gay people or something.
Yeah, but not like a million years ago. It like actively like hated gay people or hates gay people secretly still probably.
Wait, tell me the real thing that's happening.
Okay, so first of all, he belongs to this church.
That alone is odd because
it's an evangelical church.
So not just like chill church, like
no
church.
It's
like eat your biscuit and give a confession to Father Church.
Yep. He's a long practicing evangelical Christian. I don't know if he has a MAGA hat, but I'm sure he knows what size he wears. And so he converted 20 years ago. His story is really bizarre. He says that some rando stopped him in a supermarket parking lot and got in his face about having sex and doing drugs, and that changed his life and he found Jesus. I don't know. It's real weird. It's called Hillsong Church. It's the same church as pop star Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, and Kendall Jenner.
Jesus.
But so it's a mega church. It was started in Australia, and it's spreading like the fungus it is, and including it's all over the place, like in New York City. So the New York City church is led by Carl Lentz, and in a 2015 GQ interview, he said he considers homosexuality a sin, would never allow an openly gay member to hold a church leadership position. In August of 2015, when the New York City church learned that two of its male choir members were married, it released a public statement against them.
To each other?
I think so.
Aww. Well, like, they can't be it's important if they're married to, like, boys or girls.
Yeah.
But to each other. Okay.
I guess.
Oh, boy, they were singing the Lord's music that night.
They were gay married.
Oh.
Brings a whole new meaning to him. In 2008, it was revealed that they had been sending their gay members into ex-gay conversion therapy.
Oh. You said 2008?
Yep.
Okay.
One of the church's original founders, Frank Houston, was convicted of molesting a 7-year-old boy.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's a real winner of a church. What?
But, the headline which I don't remember, was something about like it used to be gay though, like used to hate gays. Like, has it changed or has anything happened since then? Why is it like it used to? Does something happen that they apologized or were like gays are cool now?
The church has publicly said it no longer encourages ex-gay therapy and that everyone is welcome to worship there. But a former gay congregant, Alex Pittaway, said, quote, "Gay people need to know that when they go to Hillsong, they have to go to the back of the bus. Hillsong is hip and attractive and contemporary, but there's certainly nothing contemporary about what LGBT people will face if they want to be a leader in that church or offer themselves up for service. That's something Hillsong will have to be upfront with, and they haven't been so far." Anyway, it's just, I know you love him and that you want to bang him, but you can't because he's evil now.
I mean, I never said that I only want to bang good people. In fact, my track record has proven that. It is really hard to, not just with churches, but with people, with companies, with everything, to decide. I think if you look back far enough, like everything has some kind of anti-gay thing. Like this stuff is pretty recent. You just said things like 2008 or 2015 or things like that. But like it's hard to decide where the line is. I will say that like just saying like, oh, we no longer support gay conversion therapy, that doesn't feel too like we've committed and we're over it.
Yeah.
Whereas something like I think Canada recently did, it was like, hey, soup sorry about all that shit, gay people, just whoops, our bad. I hope we're cool now. We welcome you.
Justin Trudeau said it, so
if it comes from his mouth,
he hot.
Yeah.
So everything's forgiven.
You just need this is why it's okay for Chris Pratt to go there, because he's hot. Hot people can do whatever they want.
Chris Pratt, take your shirt off and apologize for your church. We'll say sure.
I guess.
What?
I don't know. This is the same issue I have with, religion in general is like, it is in general anti-gay and has historically been. So, maybe by the fact that all these celebrities and people that hopefully support gay rights are going there, it will make a change. Like,
that's the lie that Republicans tell themselves, though. Like my ex-in-laws and other people that I know, they're like, but I'm working to change it from within. I love gay people, and so me being there is moving the needle. It's not fucking moving the needle if you're just sitting there.
Yeah, that's true. You have to be like actively working on it. So Joseph Peters Matthews is a good example of he, agree or not with,
he puts musicals in his sermons, so
how much gayer can you get? And he's actively working. The fact that he is a leader and has a male husband, so he's like is actively working on it. So yeah, I agree. Like, I don't know.
All right, we'll move on from that.
Okay.
It's a topic rife with options.
Yeah, so rife.
Okay, did you see the Gillette commercial?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've seen Gillette commercials. There's usually hot dudes shaving, which I'm into.
Yes, exactly. Well, Gillette released a 90-minute commercial. 90-minute commercial? 90-second commercial.
Okay, I was like, that's like a documentary.
In which it says that toxic masculinity is bad and it needs to stop. Their motto, the best a man can get. They're saying toxic masculinity is not the best a man can get.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting. There's lots of like, if you have daddy issues, it'll probably make you cry. Like all of this imagery about like what does it mean to be a man and the messages that you receive. And
they're saying like our tagline is the best a man can get. So here, like one of those values needs to be like not toxic masculinity.
Correct. Exactly right. Exactly.
What's the opposite of toxic masculinity? Is it just like sanitary masculinity or like non-radioactive masculinity?
Yeah, benign feminism, maybe. Toxic masculinity. No, I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
Femininity? I don't know. So the fact that they did that I thought was pretty cool.
Interesting.
And then there's all kinds of backlash. The YouTube video of it has like the downvotes and upvotes are almost equal. And it's because of all of these just fucking broy ass shitbag bros out there that are like, it's not a problem. Feminist agenda.
Yeah.
Me too. Shut up, bitch. Like, ugh.
And part of my cynical side is also thinking that they've been really trounced, I don't know if that's the right usage of the word, but you don't know yet because I haven't finished my sentence. They've been trounced by things like Dollar Shave Club or like all the people that are like, your razors are fucking expensive and you have to buy them out of a box in a store that you take up and be like, can I get the real razors? Because you're not allowed to buy razors if you're like under whatever, and they have to let you in with a key. And like, then other companies are like, can I just send you them in the mail? And
if you're not a person that has to shave that often, and you just like barely know how to, none of their goddamn handles fit any of the fucking heads. Like it's like worse than iPhone chargers. Like none of them fit together.
It's like me and women. You don't know how to make them fit. It's like, this doesn't go in here.
Oh God.
All right.
Anyway, if you haven't seen it, you should see it.
Okay.
And then if you want to be mad, read the comments.
I need to not read any comments except the ones on our Facebook group. This news story brought to you by our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/gayish podcast. You'll love it.
Yep. Okay, so I'm trying to think of like the order in which to say all of these things. Maybe I'll just read the headline.
Okay.
New favorite headline?
Oh.
New worst headline of all time?
Oh, I'm excited.
Not
we haven't done
sure.
one of these in a while. I mean, I'm in retrospect, just thinking, you were talking about our earlier episodes, the ones that jump out at me are like gay dolphin orgy off the coast of Australia, gay dolphin orgy, and then like double hand job video scandal like soccer. So anyway, those are the ones to beat off.
Yep. Woman assaulted girlfriend and put her dog in a microwave after her football team lost.
Oh no, I hate it.
I know. So
I don't know how much more I want to know about the events of the microwave.
Well, okay. So should I just tell you right up front that the dog's okay?
Yes.
Okay, the dog is okay.
Is that true though, or are you lying to me?
We'll find out.
Okay.
So,
Mittens.
Yeah.
Don't go in there.
Yep. So she was a fan of Big Dick Nick.
BDN.
Yep.
Who I heard might go to the Super Bowl. One of my straight friends. No?
They lost.
Oh, okay. Well, this was before that. I was talking to someone and I was like, have we picked the Super Bowl finalists yet, or are we still working on it? Or anyway.
So they lost on Sunday.
Okay. Sorry, BDN. You have to take your big dick elsewhere.
Yep. So in Pennsylvania, Kirsten J. Gaskins was real mad, and she repeatedly hit her girlfriend in the face before telling her, if you leave the room, I will kill your dog. A white Pomeranian.
Jesus.
Police officers were called to the scene and found Gaskins' girlfriend with blood on her ear, cuts on her nose and cheek, and a white Pomeranian dog in the microwave, which was not turned on. The animal was unharmed but unable to stand or turn around, and there was limited ventilation. The dog was definitely in danger, but not like of being well done.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Apparently, this story was interesting because it's awful, and I like the macabre part of it is kind of, but it's also because it was lesbians, right? Like I think that's really interesting because usually it's like dude domestic abuse, and there's not a monopoly on that in the male community.
I do think part of breaking the stereotypes is showing not only like some of the stereotypes aren't true, but it's also showing the like terrible side of LGBT people, because like the point of breaking the stereotypes is not that we're all great. It's that they're real shitty people. Yep. There are plenty of Kevin Spaceys in the LGBT community that like, we don't want you. You're not, but they're like part of our community and it sucks. So I do agree that like that's a shitty situation, and also goes to show that it's not always a straight relationship where a dude batters his wife. There are other circumstances, and lesbians can be just as shitty as straight guys, can be just as shitty as gay men, can be just as shitty as Pomeranians.
And regardless of your sexual orientation or your gender identity, it's a fucking game. Like, I can't imagine caring about anything that much.
No.
Like, when Donald Trump was elected president, I wanted to commit suicide or murder somebody.
Commit suicide on behalf of someone else.
Or just, I was real upset, but I can't imagine hitting somebody in the face and putting their dog in the microwave because, quote unquote, my team lost. And then make it something that doesn't have actual stakes, right? Like the leader of the free world maybe actually matters.
Yeah.
And football, Are you kidding me? What is wrong with people?
I mean, there's got to be some internal issues that are not related to that football game. Like that's like an angry person that is channeling their anger through like one thing broke, and then they just went crazy.
Angry lesbians.
Angry lesbians. That's not helping the stereotype of angry lesbians.
I will end on a good note, and it's a fast one.
Surprising.
Today, which is Tuesday the 15th, the state of New York today simultaneously banned gay conversion therapy statewide and passed a historic trans anti-discrimination law.
Nice.
We don't really have to go into it much further, I guess, except just to say that conversion therapy, no, in New York, and if you're trans,
yes.
Uh-huh.
That's all. It's great analysis.
Yep.
This is CNN. Okay, do you want to get into talking about gay friendships?
No, we should talk about this guy first.
Well, he's one of our gay friends.
Hi.
That's a good segue into, we have one of our gay friends here, fucking Dan Garlington.
Hi. I'm here.
You are here. So
that is true.
If anyone joined the live stream, then one, you might have been disappointed it wasn't that kind of stream. But two, you probably saw Dan Garlington, who joined us to help moderate, and
Pour shots.
Pour shots.
Mostly just pour shots.
Of beer. Beer.
Yeah.
I hope it was just beer. Who knows what you put in there?
But you're now going to be joining us and helping us out. So
to the best of my abilities.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, absolutely. I'm excited.
Yeah. We are too. Now be quiet.
I'll push the mute button again.
Oh wait, Mike, did you want to say more about Dan?
No, you did it.
Yeah.
Again, you do the show by yourself.
Okay. Okay. We have gotten several requests from various people about talking about gay friendships. How do you make friends? Do you have to sleep with them? But this is a common, I don't want to say misconception because we don't know quite yet, but a common conception? That's not how that word works. A common idea is that...
Commonly held belief.
Thank you. Is that...
Or stereotype, if you will.
Oh my God.
Nah.
We should make a show about those. Oh, wait, we're on it. Okay. Yeah, a stereotype is that you have to fuck, if you're a gay male particularly, but just in the LGBT community in general, friends are really important for your support system, but people all over the spectrum have a hard time making them without fucking them.
Yep, absolutely. Which, I'm supposed to go first, right? That's an excellent segue.
Yes, you can go first. What are you doing? Dan, what are you doing over there?
It just struck me that none of the three of us have ever...
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
so much as seen each other naked
that's
that I'm
true.
aware of. Yeah, despite staying in the same place.
Yeah, we've stayed in the same place when we went. I'm like, yeah, that's true. The three of us have never slept together.
Dan lived here for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And I definitely seen you wearing less clothing than you are now. Mm-hmm. But
more than I would have chosen to wear, but I was being respectful.
Oh, that's nice of you.
So I've developed this whole first segment around a yes or no question.
I love it.
Okay, great.
Here's a 1-minute segment.
Famously or not famously, I don't know. It depends on your definition of fame. I don't bang my friends.
Yes.
Am I weird?
Yes. All right. So
Good
my
segment.
Well,
because I do feel like I see a lot of my gay friends that apparently can just like bone each other and then go for beers later, and it's
isn't that one of the benefits? You're not getting the full gay experience. Like, one of the benefits is like with your friends, you just fuck and then go. Well, don't drink beer because that's gross, but like you go wine tasting. Isn't that like? Isn't that why we're here?
And brunch.
Fucking brunch. Yes, you are more than other people I know. Very
beautiful.
Okay. Like once you get to that, like it goes down the friend path, then you're like, no. Have you ever slept with someone that then turned into a friend?
And then I married him.
Did that?
That didn't work out.
Okay.
So well.
No. Okay. So, but yeah, I
like a casual friend, like hang out. No.
Yeah, but I then again, I also think I'm on the other side of things where like people that I've slept with or dated, I typically am like, once we're not dating anymore, we're not talking anymore. You're
Yeah.
out of my life. Like,
Yeah.
so I always like, even with you, I'm like, no, don't talk to them. Just stop. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I'm another extreme of, I do have friends that I have slept with and then became friends with, or people that I've like at least friendly enough with.
I did just think of an exception. Mike Dose actually is unique in that I allowed him to be around people after we had been naked together. Like he came to Thanksgiving,
And you weren't like, but you were kind of like pseudo dating, right?
I don't know
So maybe-
how to define that. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I think you were still into like seeing each other face, so that was more of a like a dating step, not a.
And his dick was so big.
That's an odd reason to introduce him to all your friends.
Yeah.
A dangerous reason to introduce him to all your
especially
friends.
these friends. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that is. I guess I'm trying to say I was trying.
Yeah.
Or tried to like do that, and it kind of worked. But there's a certain level of closeness or intimacy beyond which it's like I stop even considering the friend as a potential sexual object. There have been some exceptions to that, but for the most part, if I get close enough to somebody, like a certain level,
Yeah.
if you can put those kinds of things even on a spectrum at all, once you're past friend level 4,
Yeah.
my dick turns off.
Yeah.
Or like
Well, I feel like you have like two pathways. Like if you go to
marriage or celibacy.
marriage or other. No, like it's like everyone's in this unsure state until like after 3 times you've met them, and they're either in the I want to fuck you, or we have fucked and you're a potential dating person.
Yep.
Or because I don't see you just fucking people and being like bye.
Yeah.
Something, but not often. Or you're like
That does happen too.
yeah,
But
but rarely.
a very large percentage of the people that I bang are in that category, though.
What?
I don't bang a lot, but
Oh,
when
yeah.
I do, they
Oh, yeah.
usually are bi.
Now they're
like goodbye, not bisexual.
okay. I was like, I got confused about you have to if you're going with the non-bisexual version, then you have to go bye.
bye.
Yeah, that's how you. That's
Gayish.
how gays. Bye. Yeah, they're either the first path is okay, we're gonna fuck or maybe try to date or whatever, and then the second path is you are friends, and like those two things don't tend to cross. Once they're in a category, they're kind of there.
So before you met Jack, your boyfriend, who is your boyfriend? Your boyfriend Jack, who is your boyfriend? Before that guy.
Before that guy,
Explain to me if like are there what is the experience of fucking somebody and then just casually hanging out with them? Like, is it just not a thing for you? Is there a what is there something to try to get over? Even is there like
I think it's more the. I think for me, it's less the like fuck and then have brunch. It's more the like have brunch and then fuck. Like I might go over to someone's place,
but then maybe have brunch
and then we're
again?
hanging. I mean, it
You do
depends
like
on how many
brunch.
eggs they have available at their place. I think like I'll go over to a place and like hang out with a group of friends, and then the understand. Like I had this couple friend that I would go over to their place. There were like 1 or 2 other people there, and we'd watch True Blood, and then the other people would leave, and then we'd fuck.
Okay.
And
Brian Quanten's hot.
who? Ryan Quanten?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a person? That sounds like.
He's on True Blood.
Oh, okay. Which one is he?
Sookie's brother.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Did you know he's Australian in real life?
Oh wow.
Yeah, so imagine that with an accent.
Double the hotterness. Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, I feel like I have less emotional attachment to sex. I feel like I'm pretty down with like fucking and then being like I can fuck someone I don't think is intelligent or I don't like on any kind of level other than like you have a good body. Yeah, I don't know. And actually sometimes getting to know someone, like getting to be friends with someone makes them hotter and makes me want to sleep with them more. So like why take that out of the buffet of options?
I don't know.
Do you have that? Like where you, as you get to know someone, they get hotter and hotter?
Maybe?
Because I think like
Like for a little while, maybe.
yeah, I think you
I
like
don't know.
you could like as you get to know someone, they get hotter and hotter, and then you're like, oh, I do want to fuck this friend, and it may or may not work, but
No.
no, you kind of know how you feel about them pretty soon.
As you're describing it, that doesn't really happen to me.
Oh, that definitely happens to me. Because like there's some people in my life, not that I've slept with, but like I will objectively be like, oh, you're like not that attractive, and then I'll get to know them and they're really cool and they have tattoos or whatever, and so I'll be like, oh no, I'm now more into you, and then I'll like remember old me and be like, but I know that this person is not. I didn't originally think they were hot.
So when I meet somebody, the longer I don't talk to them or bang them, the hotter they get. Is that what you're describing?
No, I just got really sad. They get hotter
It's like because I can't have them and I'm not talking to them. So I'm neither humanizing them so that they reach whatever level on my friend scale that shuts my dick off, nor am I banging them. So
yeah, the more available people are to you, the less you want them.
No.
No.
The corollary is not true.
Okay.
The less available they are. No. What am I trying to say?
You were saying the less available to you they are, the hotter they can become, or the less you hang out with them, the hotter they may be because of that absence.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Have you said that to your therapist instead of me? I cannot help you with that problem.
I saw her yesterday, and we talked about breakfast cereals for a while.
Did you learn anything about yourself through that conversation?
Some people like grape nuts, and some people don't. I love them. This is me changing the subject. You see how well I did that?
Yeah, good
I
for you.
love nuts. Is that the same thing?
Yes. Exactly the same thing. I don't think I like grape nuts. Isn't that like for your... Don't you eat that for fiber? Just to be like... Anyway, how's your therapist doing? Did you ask about her? Or how her life is going? That's so rude of you, Mike. You're just so selfish talking about yourself.
That's what I do when I go there.
Okay, can I tell you about
yes, please
some
do.
of my... Okay, so I did a little bit of research.
Okay.
A little bit of research on how to find gay friends when you're gay.
Great.
And there's...
It can't be done. End of segment.
Yeah. Yes or no question. Is that possible? No. No gay friends. There's a lot of information out there, and I just wanted to go through. I just like went through basically the first page of the results and just started like adding them to the list. And I want to go through some of the advice that I found.
Okay.
So we can agree or disagree.
Oh, okay. Great.
It's real interesting seeing what like the top results are for making gay friends. And yeah. So first of all, like trying to find like a friendship as a gay man with another gay man is a little bit difficult because like a lot of things come up about. I found a lot of great information about bromosexual relationships where a straight dude is friends with a gay dude.
Yeah.
I found information about gay men being friends with straight women.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty common. There's also, side note.
What?
There's an app called Fruit Looped.
Fruit Looped.
And it's a way for gay men to meet straight women. It's like not a dating app, but like a meet up with ladies that want gay friends. And that way you can hang out and do stuff.
It just seems so terrible. Like you can't force that. I don't think, right? Like that just has to happen organically. You need organic Fruit Loops. You can't. You can't force that kind of relationship.
But I mean, that's kind of the thing here. Like friendships in general. Like if they're not coming organically, then like how do you?
I don't know. It just seems like a weird thing to sign up for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kathy.
Real weird. Kathy, get off of there. Just because you want a gay friend doesn't mean you can get Fruit Looped.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that said, a lot of gay men find that having female friends is easy, and then
go ahead.
Oh, you look like you're about to interject.
I was.
Okay,
but I'm trying real hard not to.
Why?
I'm trying to respect you.
Why? You know that's one of the things I hate about you.
So that's one thing that I see in my fellow gay men that I don't share.
Oh.
Like, Dan and I were talking about this a little bit earlier. Like, I had female friends in high school, but then, like, starting from college, I was, like, full-on totes mask frat life, right? And didn't have that many female friends. I had some.
That's when you were straight, though.
Right. But I skipped the part of having a whole bunch of female friends that I think happens when you're younger and gay.
Oh, yeah.
And,
before I was out, I definitely, like, was better friends with women, like... my high school, like in my best friends in high school were all women. And, but in particular, after I came out, then like it was so easy to make female friends because
girl.
And they were like, yeah, do you like this scarf? And I was like, and then I pretended to have opinion because I don't fucking know, but like, sure.
Basically colorblind, right?
I'm like fashion blind, I think. Okay, what was really... So I think a lot of gay men find it easier to make friends with straight women because it's... A lot of women want a gay male friend.
Yeah.
There's a special relationship there you can have. It's also a little bit less intimidating. You know, one place was like, you know, gay people can be catty, which is true, and like kind of mean to each other. And is that just part of the gay culture and you have to deal with that? And
Or is it just hilarious?
I think it's...
No,
I think
there are a lot of mean-spirited queenie gays out there for sure.
But there are also a lot that aren't. Like some of these things are like, not everyone is going to do the like read you like you're on RuPaul's Drag Race and when you try to meet them. So I don't like that stereotype. I know it happens, but I don't like the idea that that's all gay men. Anyway, so back to female friends.
Hashtag not all gay men.
Hashtag not all gay men. About female friends, this article I read said, quote, didn't want to put that word but in their quote by accident. Okay, but, quote, in all likelihood, none of you have a special man in your life.
What?
It's just like, you may have a group of straight female friends that you hang out with all the time, but odds are none of you have a man. And I was like, what? Like, where did that come from? Why don't you have a man?
Oh my God.
So just because you're friends with straight women, that's not like the replacement for having a boyfriend. That's not like, I think that's what this person thinks.
I have to stop hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
They're all, except for you, they're all single.
Yeah.
Right? Like oh my God.
No, don't. I don't think it's saying, well, that's a good point. Like of, you know, who are the people that you're hanging out with? If you're hanging out with other single people or, you know, married people or whatever. What I've learned on Sex and the City is Charlotte went to all her married friends as a way to tap into the single men. So that's something you can do to meet friends is like your married friends might have single male friends that they hang out with.
I think I told you this. I went to RuPaul's Drag Race at Mad Pub on last Friday, and I met this couple. They're engaged to be married. And like for the first time, I think ever, as I was sitting there, I was like, how can I get them to take me home? and like,
I'm so proud of you.
You got real excited, Dan. What? Because Mike's exploring. Is that why?
That's lovely.
Oh God. Okay.
You're breaking out. You're expanding your horizons.
Except I didn't say or do anything that would lead the conversation there. But I was in touch with my
wanting
feelings.
to fuck people is the first step on the road to
Was
happiness.
it the marriage you were attracted to, or was it them?
No. And actually, one of them was way hotter than the other one. And so at first, I was just like, "Oh, so there's hope for me." No, I'm kidding. They were really adorable, and they were really engaging and fun and nice. And the one guy, I thought the one guy was hitting on me before I ever met his fiance. I hope they don't listen to this. Anyway. But maybe I should pursue that and like just to meet their like they have to have single friends, right?
Yeah.
That's an excellent point. Charlotte, you are a fucking genius.
Charlotte York, you've done it again.
Bad choice in men, but you made good life choices for me.
I mean, she picked Kyle McDougal. I mean, wait, I combined his real name and fake
Kyle
name.
MacLachlan.
Kyle MacLachlan.
Who is from Yakima, Washington.
Wow.
Believe it or not.
Who knew? Something McDougal is his name on the show. Anyway, this brings up another point. I hate the phrase engaged to be married. That wasn't the other point it brings up, but I just realized
Is
that
that like people who say 3 p.m. in the afternoon?
Yes. Oh my God, I was just thinking about that earlier. Like, I know it just happens and it comes up.
Because Big Fatty says that all the time.
It's like, yeah, if you say AM or PM, you don't need to say in the morning or the after. And engaged to be married, it's like, what else would you be engaged to? We've engaged each other in a long distance video game battle. Or like, you know, like
Some
what
people
are you
graduated from the Redundancy School of Redundancy, Kyle.
Okay, I know. Okay, what other advice is out there? A lot of the advice is basically upfront being like, you don't have to go to bars or get drunk or hook up with people to make friends.
No,
So,
bad
like,
advice. Skip it.
I mean, I think part of it is like what they're trying to say is there are more ways to make friends beyond that. But I do think there is a part of being gay that you may fuck someone and become friends with them. Like that, I think might happen more often in the gay community. So I wouldn't rule it out if you're open to that.
Yeah.
But it's also like the point is you don't have to do that if that's not what you want. And something that I was thinking of is like you could just even if you are looking to fuck people, on dating apps, on hookup apps, you could say like, I want to get coffee with someone first. And then when you get coffee with them, you can decide like, oh, you might be more of a friend, or you might be like someone to fuck. Yeah. And then like that could actually, like, you could actually have good rapport with someone and be, hey, say like, I mean, you'd have to put it in a way that's like, let's just be friends is obviously like a line that people use to be like, don't talk to me. But like, you could be like, hey, I really do want to be friends. You're like, I actually think you're really cool. I'm looking to make friends. What?
We really should just be friends. I think you're disgusting, but a lot of fun.
I would never sleep with you in a million years, but do you want to go hiking later? Don't take your shirt off. Someone else says flirt a little.
Yeah.
To make friends.
Yeah.
That's like a little bit of like leading people on.
Think so?
What, dude?
Cock tease, I think is what that's called. Cock tease.
It's the opposite of a cock block, a cock tease. I don't know about flirting with people to be. I don't know. What do I know?
I mean, I have no game, so I really shouldn't talk. But like, isn't flirting basically just being nice to people with the intent of fucking them? Shouldn't you flirt with everyone that you want to make a good impression with?
No.
No?
Hello, interviewer. That's a nice bulge you have in your pants. They fit you very well.
You, Kyle Getz, would never, ever, ever say that to a person out loud with
of course
your
not.
mouth face.
Oh, I also am horrible at flirting with people, both recognizing the signs of flirting, recognizing when I'm accidentally flirting, recognizing when people are flirting with me. Mm-hmm. I'm bad at all that. But no, flirting is not just being nice. There's like another step towards it. There's like a hungry eye faction to it.
But it's like show interest, ask good questions, make eye contact.
Yeah, but like add all of that like to fuck is like the thing you add to the end, and that's flirting. Show interest in fucking.
One of these days, am I just in a cocoon?
Yes.
Am I like
a cocoon?
Someday
your dick is going to become a butterfly and fly all around the social circle.
Bust this hymen and come flowing out.
Ew! I don't know what you just said, but I hate it. Okay.
I should have eaten so that I
No. Okay.
A glass and a half of wine and I'm drunk. Okay, go ahead.
So I'll get to some of the actual advice. We've talked a little about a bit of advice.
About a biddle.
But I'm going to give you about a bit of more advice.
Okay.
So meet through current friends
is
something to like, look on Facebook at your friends and see if they have a lot of friends in common.
That's not creepy at all. Hey, you're friends with Kyle too. Let's hang out.
Don't. I wouldn't call out a person specifically, but
that's even creepier.
Just be like, hey,
we don't know each other for any reason at all. Do you want to hang out?
You're making up things that I'm not saying. I didn't say any of that. It'd be like you go to that person that you have a lot of mutual friends with and say, hey, I see we have a lot of. I know. I haven't even.
Go ahead.
We have a lot of friends in common. Whenever you hang out with your friends in a big group, would you mind inviting me? And I'd love to get to know some of them.
Okay.
See, not as, why were you laughing the whole time?
I mean, it just sounds ridiculous, but we live in the future.
Modern.
Maybe that's how things are done.
Yes. Everything is done this way, Mike.
Hey, is meet people at church on your list?
No. No one gave that advice, surprisingly. But, okay, if you are thinking about, like, what you want, like, do you want to go out and drink? Do you want to... I mean, come on now. Do you want to play video games? Do you want to go hiking? Do you want to go running? Like, thinking about what things you like to do, those are good places to then look up a gay version of whatever that thing is. And that's a good way to find people. Apparently, meetup.com is kind of like hit or miss of like I've seen this before of like they have like writers groups or like all these random like different groups. So sometimes you can find people there. We've already said I've dismissed this in the past, but I might need to rethink it of like going on hookup apps and just saying like looking for friends. I feel like if you do that, you need to like really put in your profile like, no, but for realsingtons, I want to make friends. No lies. I'm not looking to fuck you. What? You're not buying it?
No, I'm not buying it.
All right, that's fine. That might not be the place you go.
But like, I'm too systematic about things. Like, I want Tinder to be just for dating and Scruff just to be for fucking. And you're like blurring all of these lines.
Well, that's kind of the hard. That's I think a difficult thing about being in the gay world is those lines are blurred. Of like, when you're.
If I keep drinking this wine, you're going to be blurred.
if you keep drinking, I move back and forth like this. Is that going to help? You're
Getting
dizzy.
car sick. Not even in a car.
You're Kyle sick.
That's every day.
No, I think like the point I was going to make is like definitely a true thing that I would definitely support, and and you should agree. I think being okay. I found it. I'm back. We're back in it. We're back. I think there is, when you're straight, you have these, they're antiquated, but you have these ideas that you are a straight dude, so you will have other straight dude friends, and you'll all get together and talk about how you're going to fuck a girl on prom night. And so like women are like the thing, you go try to like meet other women so that you can do this, and you have groups of friends so that you can go like fuck around the group. Like I feel like being straight, like they're very antiquated, but like kind of this structure to it. And when you're gay, it's mixed. It's like gay friends are really important. Having gay friends is really important because you're more likely to be dismissed by society or other friends or your family or whatever. So having those connections that can validate you are really important, but you can also think those dudes are hot. So like, I think you just have to accept that our world is a mixed, complex, blurry place.
Well,
when you're gay.
I'm going to keep bringing it back to me. It's my fucking podcast too.
Great.
But like I have had the thought that is what happens to me with my friends and turning them into non-sexual objects. Is that just from practice? Is that just from living in a straight world for 30 years? And like, if you have a certain amount of proximity to somebody, you can't fuck them. That threatens you like being exposed as a homosexual. So like, I'm just so practiced at shutting it down once somebody is close enough that it's just happening automatically.
That's a really good, I never thought about that. Like, you're used to with your friends growing up pretending to be straight, that like as people get closer and closer, you diminish more and more the gay part of you.
Yeah.
I think so. I do think that brings up an interesting point of like, for some people, it's hard to meet other gay friends just because, the place they live, or they are just out of college and it's a new thing to do. But I think some people may like that, like think about, why is it hard for you to make gay friends? Is it because you're worried about getting shot down because you think gay men are catty? Is it because you haven't had gay friends in the past? Is it, what is the reason behind it? And that may help, get more content for your therapist to work with, but it also may help find a different. She
has her hands full
with
my dick. No, I don't. What? No, with all of my issues.
Yeah. Okay. That's what you call your issues.
Yeah.
Dicks. So many dicks she has juggling in the air.
Big ones.
Big dicks. But you're. I don't know that we're gonna. You're doing funny hand motions. I don't know that this is good.
My first and last time allowed to be on the podcast.
No, it's your second and last. No, okay. No. I do think like by thinking about that part of it, either what are you afraid of, or why haven't you made friends in the past, or where does the concern come from that you don't have these friends, could help unlock.
Or maybe it's perfectly fine to prefer platonic friends that are gay, and there's nothing wrong with me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I was with you until you said there's a lot wrong with you, but...
in this arena.
But, I do think a lot of you, Mike, is that, like, you see other gay people doing these certain things, and you're like, wait, why am I not more like them? But you just need to be cool with, like... Sorry, I pulled the butt plug out of my ass just then. No, Mike uncorked a giant bottle of wine. I do think part of it for you is just saying, don't pour it on the soundboard. That's important equipment of yours that helps record this.
It could be our soundboard, Kyle.
Can I soundboard, you're the meaning of our lives. That was ode to a soundboard.
Can I add a couple of things real quick to your list?
Sure. I think I'm about done with my list. Or
if you work for a corporation of sufficient size, you likely have a resource group of some kind. That's a great way to meet gay people. That's how Kyle and I met.
Yes, and Dan met.
Oh, yeah. And Dan and I met, but we didn't meet because of Glamazon.
We met because you knew I was gay and you came over to my desk.
Right.
Yeah.
How did I know you were gay? Oh, because in your bio you said that you had a husband.
Oh, that's what it was.
And now we're both divorced.
So I did not think about that. Like, yeah, like put a
Email the whole
country-
company and say, I'm gay. Who
Hello.
wants to hang out?
Okay, I did in my introduction. When I first started at, I didn't want to put in it that I was gay, just like right up front. What?
You didn't want to put in it. You wanted to put it in.
So what I did instead was like I love watching Bravo and listening to Britney Spears. So it was like, you know, like. But now, yeah, I have you can put a pride flag at your desk, and yeah, I think if you do have an LGBT group at your company, that is where I met so many of my first gay friends. They plan like specific events during the year, and the same could go for like if you are one of those like planner gays or like care about rights and shit.
Yeah.
There's probably some group that plans a pride. There's probably some gay straight alliance at your high school. There's probably some, herstory.
You said there's probably some gay straight alliance at your high school, and I thought me, a 40-year-old man, goes to my high school. Where are all the gay kids?
Who are the gays and who are the straights?
This isn't the pedophilia episode.
Right.
Oh,
No,
no. Are you
that.
sure? Oh, right. All right. Thanks, Dan. Wait, what else did you want? UK.
Oh, and the other one is I have not done this, but a lot of my friends have had success meeting friends, penetrative or otherwise, with organized sports leagues.
Yeah.
There's gay dodgeball, there's gay volleyball, there's gay hockey. I don't know. There's all kinds of queer sports, at least here in Seattle, and that's a great way to meet people because not only are you being introduced to each other, but then you're engaged in an activity that's not banging.
But then, there might be a locker room situation, so you all benefits on all sides. You can turn it into what you want it to. No, that is a good idea. Of like, if you like sports, or they're even. I don't really care too much about sports, but you can join just we're having fun leagues. So, okay, enough on there. My point is there's a plethora of interesting information when you research. Some is terrible. Some is okay, but I don't know. I don't know why I said that.
So good at transitions.
I know. I always fuck up the very last thing, but you'll have to decide for yourself what works for you. It comes from inside.
More after the break. No.
This is CNN. I don't know why that feels like the right. Okay. What do you want to say now, Mike?
Well, I did want to do a segment that I was tentatively titling it. Wow. I did not have that much wine. Did I?
I don't know.
Okay.
I wasn't monitoring your whole activity. Or your whole activity. Okay, sorry. What's your title?
The title of this segment is Maybe They Were Just Friends? There are
Okay. Oh.
there are lots of people.
I think I might know.
There are lots of people throughout history who have had to fend off, or are after they're dead, we surmise that they were gay, but it's often tied around because they were super close to somebody that was the same sex. But does that necessarily mean that they were gay? But I wanted to talk about some of the friendships that we've seen throughout history that have spawned gay rumors, and then talk about whether that's fair or not.
Oh, and yeah, that is interesting because we assume that because you couldn't talk about it, the word friend automatically means
Yeah.
gay fuck
Your
partner.
quote unquote special friend.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I never. Is it bad that I, as a gay person, never considered that they might have just been close gay friends?
No, or not gay, right?
Oh, well, that's okay. Well, we'll see who's on. We'll see.
For instance,
I'll make those decisions.
For instance, Abraham Lincoln.
And his hat.
Abraham Lincoln.
His hat was gay.
His hat was a man, and they spent a lot of time together.
Boy. No, okay.
So Abraham Lincoln, there was this guy named Joshua Fry Speed, and they hung out a lot. They lived together for 4 years in a one-bedroom house with one bed, and they slept in the same bed together. That's part of their whole spiel. And apparently that wasn't that uncommon at that point in time, but not for as long as they did. Usually that was like for a couple months because you got nowhere else to be sort of a situation. And for them, it was years that they lived together.
Well, homophobia has made a lot of things, I think, that used to happen.
Like holding hands.
Yeah.
Men used to walk down the street holding hands, and that wasn't gay. And now, you can't sit my fraternity brothers next to each other without enough room for them to not have to touch knees.
Oh, yeah. Knee touching on a couch? Man, straight people are so worried about that.
So in 1926, Carl Sandburg was a biographer, and he said that Lincoln and this Josh guy had, quote, a streak of lavender and spots soft as May violets. And apparently streak of lavender was slang in the 20s for an effeminate man, and later came to mean homosexuality. So, but there's this question, right? Like, they could have been banging.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe
they were just buddies.
Yeah, maybe Abraham Lincoln was straight. And we know he was super down with the progressive rights.
Yeah, he was my favorite Republican
at that time.
Yeah.
He named it the 13th Amendment as a nod to gay people. The 1 and the 3, dick and a butt.
So Lincoln wrote a poem. It goes, for Reuben and Charles have married 2 girls, but Billy has married a boy. The girls he had tried on every side, but none he could get to agree. All was in vain, he went home again, and since that he's married to Natty. It doesn't really rhyme, it's a terrible poem, but in that poem, this Billy cat is definitely married to a dude.
Not all presidents can necessarily be poets, but good swing.
This other biographer, Tripp, what the hell is his first name? Do I care? This guy
Tripp is a hot first name, by the way.
Yeah. Oh God, he was the engineer on Enterprise. His name was Tripp. He's fucking smoking hot.
Are you talking about Star Trek?
Star Trek Enterprise. Yeah, we'll look at pictures later.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
He was on Stargate Atlantis as the the alien who they converted, and oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Texas accent.
Yeah. He's hot. I'll show you pictures.
Just edit it all out.
All of this episode.
Lincoln's stepmother, Sarah Bush. Lincoln commented that he, quote, never took much interest in the girls. Anyway, I'll move on because there's lots of them, and this has been going long. But going long is going to be
Gayish. The podcast has been going on for much longer.
There is Alexander the Great and Hephaestion.
Isn't Alexander the Great little? Isn't he short?
He was great because he conquered two-thirds of the known world.
But I also think he was short.
Was he short? I thought that was Napoleon.
Maybe.
Anyway, he had a friend, and when his friend died, he built a temple to him and then didn't eat for a week. It was weird. We've talked before about James Buchanan, who was president of the United States, who never married, and William Rufus King was an Alabama politician that they were inseparable, and they got called gay slurs, gay jokes all the time. Our crack researcher Dan reminded me about even Oprah and Gayle. Look at Oprah and Gayle and all of the rumors that they have had about nobody's that close. They've got to be fucking, right?
Yeah. Is equal to Oprah and Gayle. Mike and Kyle. Same exact thing. I think part of it needs to be the evolution away from, if you are a gay person close to another gay person, the first thing that comes to mind or has come to mind with gay people is that it's all about sex.
Yeah. And
moving beyond the aspect of sex with gay people, I think is important, is one of the things about us. But being gay doesn't, I mean, it's literally based on you enjoy dudes in a sexual way, but there's a way more about it than just that. So just because you're gay and hanging out with a dude doesn't mean you're fucking.
Right. Or ladies, for that matter.
Or ladies.
Yeah. Right.
So Oprah could just be a heterosexual and terrible at marriage.
Is she? What do you think? Is Oprah gay?
No.
Is Gayle gay?
No.
Are they gay together?
That would be weird if I said no to the first two and then yes to the last one. Although you can just have one, this is just their person. I think they might spoon in bed sometimes, but I don't think the fingers ever go into V-Town. I think they stay right above the pantsuit line.
Eleanor Roosevelt?
She loves Oprah?
Probably a lesbian,
Okay.
or maybe a lesbian.
Huh.
Don't know. A lot of these people also had kids, right? Like they were married and had kids.
But
and
that's like kind of part of the like, you have to do this and you just kind of do it.
Richard Nixon, his best friend,
What?
Bebe Rebozo. There were gay rumors about them because they hung out a lot.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Bebe. Who? I can't think of another dude named Bebe.
I mean, that's a gay name right off the bat, right? Did Nixon BB him?
Marlon Brando, Jimmy Dean.
They were supposed to be gay together? Oh,
Marlon Brando and James Dean. I would watch that porn.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
I would just watch two gifs of them next to each other and just imagine it. That's enough to get my whistle yelling.
Dolly Parton, her best friend Judy Ogley.
For some of these people, I feel like when it gets to more like people like Oprah or Dolly Parton, I feel like those, like at some point, it's just like they could come out by now.
Maybe, especially Dolly. She's basically a drag queen.
Yeah. I mean, like to get, I just saw her, I just watched Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Fabulous.
Yeah.
And Dolly Parton was in it. So it's like, instead of taking that role, she could have just come out and gotten the publicity from that. Like, she doesn't need to star in subpar Sandra Bullock movies to get back into the swing of things.
Have you seen Bird Box?
Yes.
What did you think?
It was fine. I mean, like it was just slightly on the goods. Like if you go like good or bad, it was just slightly on the good side. It was worth watching. It was what I expected. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? Did you watch it?
I was really bothered by the fact that Sandra Bullock is like in her mid-50s and they had her as a pregnant woman, which like, I don't know.
Well, she looks so young though.
Does she?
I think she does.
All right.
Is Sandra Bullock a lesbian?
Probably.
With the birds? I don't know. Okay.
Gross.
I don't know. Mike, that's birdist. Okay, so what I want to talk about,
Yeah, talk.
gay friends when you're in a relationship.
Okay. Do it then.
Yeah, go. You go first. You don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, because I think it's even another like level of difficulty. I don't know.
Hardness.
You're putting the game on hard instead of easy.
Say more about what you mean, because I'm very lost.
No, I like this. Let's just keep going.
Just say hard a few more times and I'll be good.
Hard.
Okay. Because I think it is easy when you're in a relationship to merge your friends or become friends with your person's friends.
Yeah.
But that is not always a good thing.
Right.
So let's assume that you've gone to the step of you have gay friends, you figure that shit out.
Yeah, you don't have to share everything, and you probably shouldn't totally share friends.
Well, and I've had the experience when you break up with someone of like, oh, I don't have friends anymore.
No,
like,
I kept all the friends.
you did. That's actually true. So when you're in a relationship, Mike, do you have advice about the two of you maintaining friendships both together and independently?
I think that it's very tempting. We've said this before. I don't remember if you agree or not. Love makes you stupid.
Oh,
love turns you into an idiot.
I agree with you, except for me. I'm the only one that can avoid that whole thing.
Yep, exactly. Mm-hmm. And it is, you want to share everything with that person. Everything. And that will include your friends. You'll have a very strong desire for them to get to know, and you want all your friends to love them, and you want them to love all of your friends, and hold hands and march to the sound of a Bjork song. I don't know what what am I saying?
Marching to the sound of a Bjork song, go step, 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 backwards, fly in the air, step.
But you have to make a conscious effort for that not to happen, because you really do need to have your person that you can go and talk to and say, look, my boyfriend is fucking terrible. He's an asshole and I hate him, so that they can talk you down. Yeah.
Because
it's going to happen someday.
Yeah.
And you need that person in your life. And if they're friends with your boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever, then they're sort of compromised as a confidant,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I think that it's tempting to just, let's bring all of our friends together. And that is, I mean, something you should do. Like, bring all your feathers together.
Yeah.
All birds of a feather together.
Fuck together.
Oh, that's so sweet and sexual. Bring all your friends together and just be like, now this is our big hangout group.
Yeah.
But doing that on occasion, but still making time outside of those people that are like, whenever you make plans with just them, their boyfriend is showing up.
Yeah.
That bugs the shit out of me because it's like, well, sometimes I'm like one of those people that really likes one-on-one communication with people and having that time.
Yeah.
So when every single time your boyfriend shows up, I like your boyfriend, that's fine. But like, I just wanted to talk to you because you're the person I'm friends with and your boyfriend just shows up sometimes.
I also don't think I've ever met anybody who is exactly the same when their significant other is in the room.
That's true. Yeah.
There's some part of their attention is divided, or some part of their personality is like morphed. When you're SO, your spouse, your partner, whoever, when they're in the room, you're different in ways that you can't control.
Yeah.
And that will affect things in subtle ways.
Yeah. And I also think like maintaining, outside of friends, just maintaining your own independent lives and interests. Like it's easy to, I think you've said this a lot, like it's easy to just meld your lives together completely. Yeah. And that becomes like this codependent thing. So like having separate interests and friends, your own friends, and other things. I don't know, your own
dildos
movies you watch. Sure. Your favorite dildo that you don't let them see. It's too big for them to know you can take it. Maintaining your own independent things that are yours, I think, and friends being an important one of those is a good way to actually make your relationship even stronger.
Yep.
And also, no one likes to plan for this, but like you said, if you're having a hard time with your boyfriend or if you break up, like if you don't have any of your independent friends, now you can't talk to anyone about that. You can't go anywhere. And that's kind of what I realized the last time I broke up with my now ex, like
Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm. The nickname we have assigned, if you're new, the nickname we have assigned to my ex-boyfriend. But like, you just don't, all of a sudden I was like, I don't have gay friends anymore. Mm-hmm. I haven't invested my time. I've invested so much of my time and effort into my boyfriend that I forgot about all my other gay friends. So maintaining
you had me and Trevor, and then Trevor died, but
not literally.
Right.
He died in that you broke up.
Yeah.
What else do you want to say?
I just wanted to talk about you.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Why?
No.
Why?
Oh, I don't. Okay. I guess so.
What?
Why? What do you want to talk about me about?
I want to say that I'm glad that you're my friend, and I'm glad that you're in my life, and that people like have tried to like ship us pretty hard, especially toward the beginning of the podcast, and like I'm glad that never happened especially when we were both single, and not because I think that that's a natural tendency for people to want, like you see people get along really well and you want them to be together, and we are together, just not in that way. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really cool. I think that the relationship that you and I have is really special and awesome. And
ew.
What?
That's gross. Don't ever talk to me like that again.
Fuck you, Kyle.
No, I completely agree.
Shut your hole.
Oh, okay. I'm clenching real hard. It's shut. No, thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
I feel you're fine. You're fine too. You have some good quality. No, yes, I agree. I think that
it's like that text message I sent you the other day.
I don't remember.
You are a marginally important person.
Yes. And then because I know you, I was like, oh, he loves me. Yes, I think that our relationship, even though I think you can sleep with your friends and still be friends, sleep with your friends, sleep with people and be friends with them. Mm-hmm. I think I really appreciate our relationship, not just because we haven't slept together, but because we have what we have. And I think sleeping together is not part of like what that relationship is or has been. And that's made it so we can be open and honest and trust each other. And I really appreciate that about you. So thank you for being one of my gay friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friendship is magic.
Friendship is great.
Do you think it takes the pressure off in a weird way? Just like,
I'm like, I can show up however I want to look like because I'm not trying to fuck you.
right?
I mean, I don't try too hard for even people I do want to fuck, so I don't know. But yeah, there is part of it that's like, you can be totally honest. You can talk about your STDs. You can talk about like ways you're crazy and like all these things that if you were trying to fuck someone, you might be thinking like, oh, that's a red flag for that person. Or like, yeah. I haven't thought about it, but it might.
Like, I find it really easy to lean into our conversations and lean into uncomfortable subject matter with you because we've reached this level of trust, and I know that there's no, like you said, there's no pressure about like, will this make me unattractive sexually if I say these things to him? Or
yeah, that's true.
Like,
I mean, I guess that might be why it's easy for gay men to make friends with straight women, is because like that entire dynamic.
You both like dick.
You both like
don't
dick.
like each other.
Yeah. Well, one of you might like the other, but yeah, I mean, it just like takes some of that pressure away from it, and it lets you just like, okay, the reason I am talking to you is not because I want to fuck you. Like, there's no like, it's a little bit more. You don't have to like think about that in the back of your head. You can just be like, all right, we are talking because we like talking to each other.
Yeah. Have you I'm weird about how this might sound. Have you been as close as you are to me to any other gay person in a platonic way?
No.
And do you think you could be? Like, is there like,
is anyone as good as you? Is that what you're saying?
I guess I'm asking like you're important and special to me, but I don't know how unique we are. Like how many, because like it seems like a lot of people out there want something like what you and I have. We get that a lot from listeners who write in and they're like, your guys' dynamic is really cool, or I can tell you guys really actually like each other, and or I wish I had that. We've seen some of the I wish I had that feedback, and I'm just wondering, like, do you have any bead on how unique is this?
For me, as someone who generally doesn't let people in, I've been working on that, on like kind of trying to break down some of my walls.
Yeah, you prickly as hell.
You think I'm like a pear. A prickly pear. That's bad. I wish I could think of a better, less direct metaphor. I'm like you're
like a porcupine.
No, that's still pretty direct with the pun. I'm like a fridge. I don't know. It's just in my line of sight. You sometimes you try to pull me open and I'm stuck closed, and you're like, oh, why can't I get in there? Okay. And then you get bored and leave. I don't know. That's okay. But yeah.
And you're I forgot to put a padlock on the fridge because it's my new weight loss plan.
My new weight loss plan is celibacy.
Mm-hmm. And plus you're frigid. No, that's me.
I get it. Okay.
What? Yeah, you were going to say something and then you got off on the fridge thing.
Yeah.
Is it coming back to you?
It's all coming. No.
That song will not go away this week.
Yeah.
I heard it twice on the radio.
On the radio?
We were moving Derek out of one place and into another place because he's like a nomad, and we were taking apart his bed, and I was like, oh my God, it's all coming back to me now, and then had to play that song. You just sang it randomly. Celine Dion, get out of my fucking head, you whore.
That's a strong stance.
Did I buy you enough time to remember what you were going to say?
Oh, I wasn't thinking. I was just listening. I do think that for me specifically, opening up to someone is really difficult to do in a non-sexual way. So the fact that
and in a sexual
I mean,
tiny butthole.
You have a metaphorical tiny butthole? Is that what you're telling us?
Yes. And my butthole is easier to open up than my brain.
Okay.
Wow. I know. It's real deep.
My butthole's blown.
Don't. Okay. So I do think it is unique in that I think you were the first person that I realized I could start to trust with things and it would be okay. And I not only think that, not having the pressure of sex or like some of the ways that our relationship were set up helped that, but I also think that in general, it's because you're the type of person that will listen and understand without judgment. And that you're like, it's just something about
or
our
at least
dynamic.
Not show it on my face while it's
or
coming
at
out
least
of your mouth.
Have a soup's cash face. No, I know when I can see it. But like, there's something about our relationship that I think is really important in a friendship kind of way that like when you find like I don't know, like you might be able to find those people of like maybe you don't know for sure, but like you're like, oh, I might be able to open up to this person and trust this person. We seem to be on the same wavelength, but not in a like sex kind of way. Like,
Yeah.
you kind of know that,
Yeah.
or at least have a suspicion about it. And so it might be if people out there are more used to sleeping with their friends, just trying to have a friend that's not like that because you feel like the vibes are right to do that. It might be just like a good exercise in just trying new things.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it's not a very optimistic view of gay people, but I wonder how many people don't have that want this kind of a relationship don't because they think that like having sex with somebody is all that they have to offer.
Oh,
Like you have a lot to offer somebody else besides your dick or your ass, and you should try doing that.
yeah. Wow. That is a very pessimistic view. I mean, we do face, again, like in the gay world, we're really pressured that sex is the currency you have to exchange. So
Yep.
try converting into mental talking.
I'm either flat broke or I only have pesos.
You got no dollars of sex to give. We're not. Metaphors have not been our strong suit tonight.
That's true.
We've been succeeding at metaphors like Jimmy Buffett at eating
Oreos.
I doubt he ate Oreos. Anyway,
Should we take a break?
let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. Fuck you.
This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break.
Are we back?
We're back. We're back. Something I want to say
Yeah.
is that
Shut up.
oh boy. Okay. Something that I realized is like going from the
Bathroom to the bedroom.
there's a lot of drippage that can occur. Take care of that in advance. No.
Penicillin, kids.
Oh, I was just thinking pee drips. Like, like no matter how hard you shake. Anyway, no, this is not what. Okay.
Oh my God, Kyle. I haven't seen you. I don't think.
I'm here. You can.
Or did this happen on Sunday?
I don't know.
forget. I forget if I told you this or not. I had an orgasm and nothing came out.
Yeah, you told me that.
Okay.
We didn't figure out why though. I know you were doing research.
And then it like dribbled out the rest of the day.
yeah, and I said you had some kind of STI.
And that was weird. I haven't had sex with anybody. You can't get an STI if you haven't had sex with anybody. I allegedly.
I think there's one STI that gets you if you don't have sex enough. It's the silent killer.
Oh my God, that's what happened to Mom's vagina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's genetic.
It's genital. Okay. Go ahead.
Going from like transitioning from fuck buddies to if you want to be friends.
Yeah.
It like that is important. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, like they figure out where they want the relationship to go. And so if you want to like change something about the relationship, if you want to go from every time they come over to fuck to let's just be friends, you can't just let them figure it out on their own. You gotta, you can try, but that's difficult.
Wait, Kyle, are you advocating for saying words?
Saying what you feel in an upfront and direct way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you?
It only works because that's your friend.
What you would do with Kyle?
You never want to be direct with people you want to date or fuck. Those people you lie to. Once you want to stop dating or being friend or fucking them, then you can be direct and be like, yo,
All right.
our penises are going to stay in
Our pants.
our pants. They're going to stay covered by underwear and jeans.
Great.
Yeah. So I think being direct with and upfront with people you talk to, fuck, is important to help move from, and then see if they want the same thing is important for moving from fucking relationship to friendship.
Great.
Yeah. Our Patreon.
Oh no! Wait. I wanted to say real quick that I will be playing the piano again for Pop-Up Piano Bar at the Tasting Room in Post Alley the last Wednesday of every month for at least January, February, and March. So my first appearance will be Wednesday, January the 30th, starting at 5 p.m. We usually go until about 10-ish, but it's like karaoke, except I'm the karaoke machine.
Can they put their coins in your slot?
If they want to.
So if you're in the Seattle area, check out Tasting Room, which the manager of that is Chris Bola, who is on our episode about wine.
Correct.
Do you want to do our Gays and Strays?
Let's do our Gayish and Strays. Oh, but first, our website is gayishpodcast.com.
You pointed at me very strongly, like, "Hey, I remember how to do this." We are at Gayish Media on Twitter, Facebook,
No.
Instagram.
No. Gayish Podcast.
What did I say?
Media.
Gayish Podcast. So cool. You both just started shaking your head no, and I was like, I'm fine. Gayish Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
Instagram. Twitter.
Facebook,
YouTube.
and Instagram. And we have a Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/Gayish Podcast.
Our hotline, you can send us text messages or leave us a voicemail, is 5855-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rates apply.
Do they?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. And our website is, our email is gayishpodcast@gmail.com. Okay. Or do we have more?
No, I think we did all the things.
Oh, so much things. Okay. Gayest straightest.
Gayest and straightest. The gayest thing about me this week, I think, was going to be this shirt, which a listener sent us.
Yes. What does it say? Do you want me to read it?
Every time you say you can't, a unicorn dies.
Every time you say I can't, a unicorn dies.
Yep. With a picture of a unicorn who's soon to be dead because I can't.
Because look, he's dying.
To the listener, it shows off Mike's nipples real good.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Someone get some ice.
Okay, great. But the real gayest thing about me this week, I went to a local gay bar here this week and watched RuPaul's Drag Race, and I really enjoyed it. It's not a thing that I usually do or watch or see or have feelings about, but it was great.
Did you make any new gay friends?
I did.
Really? Oh, that couple that you were
I think
talking
we
about.
talked about them, yeah.
Yeah. Take your hands off your nipples.
I can't. Okay. The straightest thing about me this week, I was helping Derek move. I mentioned that a little bit ago. And when I went to his new place, they weren't there yet, so I was parked. And then when I tried to start the Jeep, it was dead. I had left the headlights on while I was waiting for them, and my battery ran down. So the straightest thing about me this week is me trying to push my Jeep with the clutch pushed in, push starting. Do you know what push starting a vehicle is? No?
I'm
Okay.
guessing you push it to try to start it.
Yeah, so the engine, when the engine is rolling, it moves the alternator, which creates an electrical charge, and that's what keeps your battery charged while your car is going. So even if your battery is dead, you can create enough electricity to actually start the vehicle, and then it creates its own electricity if you can get it moving fast enough and then pop the clutch out while it's in gear.
My straightest thing is listening to that.
Second.
Fuck. Wow.
Second.
But I was unable to make it go fast enough because the engine block of my Jeep is large enough that you have to really get it going pretty fast before you can create that much momentum. But I tried. I used to be able to push start my Honda back in high school real easy, but they weigh like 80 pounds. The fact that I tried was pretty straight. I looked like a football player.
That's one thing I know about cars is if your battery keeps dying over and over, it might not be the battery, it might be the alternator.
That's correct.
Because that happened to me once and I remembered it. It's all you need to do to be straight. This is the most straight I've ever seen.
And now Dan has a boner.
Okay. The gayest thing about me is using Bitmoji.
Oh, God.
You know, like when people send you like the people that look like them and they're like, I'm surfing, or like TTYL, or, you know, to my boyfriend Jack is my boyfriend, we'll say like, I love you. And like they're a cartoon guy that looks like me's face is sitting in a heart.
Okay.
Bitmoji.
Can you make two Bitmojis do it?
I know.
Or scissor?
No, that's Sitmoji.
That's my favorite quote this episode. I love it so much.
I think just having that, I didn't know what, I was like, how do people make a thing of your face? And how do you, some things nowadays, how do you even search for that? I would like a cartoon of my face that I can send to my, that's a weird, anyway, it's called Bitmoji and that's how you do it.
Great.
I love it.
Gay.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very attractive in a cartoon format. I don't know if you knew that about me.
I mean, it can't get worse.
Jesus. I take back everything I said. I don't really like being your friend that much. The straightest thing about me, I think, okay, a little gross. Not as gross as things you've revealed, but You know, I feel like gay people are supposed to change their towels pretty regularly.
Yeah.
And then for me, though, I'm like, still good.
Oh, God.
And like when it gets to like, huh? Then it's like, okay, time to change the towel. But like, it's
Kyle.
probably longer than it should.
Do you remember that time that we were filming a movie for you and I sat in the bathtub and
yeah.
did voiceover work for you?
Yes, I cleaned the bathtub. I had just recently cleaned the bathtub, though.
Despite cleaning the bathtub,
Ugh.
it smelled like a bathtub.
Well, of course, it's a bathtub. It's going to smell like a bathtub. You're saying it smelled like a not great bathtub.
I've been in Kyle's bathroom exactly once, and I was befuddled by how the top of the toilet seat could have so much dust on it.
well,
That moves all the time.
when you... The top of it.
Like
No, it
the
doesn't.
lid of the toilet seat. Everything
never moves.
Everything had dust. Everything.
Well, because...
Everything. There was dust everywhere.
Like, why would
Like
you...
someone had been cremated in there.
I think cleaning is for losers.
Great.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it.
A special thank you, as always, to Charlie Finn for the use of our theme music.
And thank you to Friends, the TV show,
Friends.
for helping us learn how to be friends.
Thank you to the Geller family.
Is that the one thing? Thanks to Ross for getting way hotter as the seasons progressed.
I think you're wrong about that, but okay.
No, I'm not. I'm right.
Okay, good.
And thank you to all my gay friends.
Yeah. Whoever they are.
Mike. That's you.
And thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan, for joining us. We really appreciate it.
So that's it. This has been Gayish. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you. See you next week. See you next week. Goodbye.
Aloha.
No, it's bye.
Bye.
Otherwise, it's bye.
And hear me as I will sing. Hey, and by the way, do you hear what your words bring? Oh.